So this baby, let me tell y'all about her. I have treated her different from all the other ones, honey, because, all right, everything that she'd do, like she'd start crying when she's a baby, because babies, the third, fourth, and fifth, they cry, and you just let them. And I'd be like, what's she crying about? She wants your toy? Well, just give it to her. I can't deal with it. I remember saying one time, you want those knives to play with? Okay. What? Okay. When she was at getting her driver's license, so different from when the first one got his. Honey, he got his, and we were so strict with him. We'd say, you can go to school, but you got to call us when you get there. You can only come home. And then after 6 months, we were like, you can go to Steak and Shake. And then you got to come home. So strict. Then the second one didn't care anything about driving, really didn't start till she was close to 17. Well, this baby wanted hers the day she turned 16. I didn't think she was going to pass it because she doesn't care. So, but she did because she's smart. All right, let me tell you, she's one of those kids that, I know y'all know people like this. Like if I gave her $20 and said, make it to New York tonight, she would do it and have money left over. Like she's, people like that, like got it up. Okay. So she passed that test. I was so mad because I thought, I'm not going to have a baby in the car with me anymore, even though when they're in middle school and high school, isn't that aggravating? When they turn that radio up and it's blasting and I don't like that song and booming and a-doing, and then I'm trying to drive and I feel like when I can't hear, I can't see. Oh, I don't know. It's awful. But she went and got that darn driver's license, and this is how different it was raising her from the first one and the second one. She got that driver's license. My husband and I were sitting there at night, and he said, where is she? And I said, I don't know. And he said, does she have any money? And I said, I don't know. Nobody ever said another word. We still don't know. So they said, for 10 weeks, you're going to do CrossFit 3 days a week, and you're going to do the Paleo diet. The Paleo diet is what God put upon this earth to sustain us. And He knows what we need. So it's lean meats, fruits, vegetables, nuts, berries, and seeds. So if you can run it down and kill it, dig it out of the ground, pick it off of a bush, you can eat it. That means no dairy, no grains of any kind. But when they take you lean meats, fruits, vegetables, nuts, and berries, you think, that's not so bad. Okay, but no dairy, no grains. When's the last time anybody in here got off of white flour? Anybody, can you clap? Can you clap or are you too weak? Anybody here been hooked on heroin? Anybody? I've never been hooked on heroin, praise God, but I was raised watching Shaft. I don't know if y'all watched that when y'all were little on TV, and they would always have somebody getting off of heroin. It looked like a booger. It looked like an awful booger. And I'm not trying to belittle that, but I'm telling you, I shook getting off of sugar and white flour. I was drinking coffee 24 hours a day. My teeth got yellow. I had to have those bleached. My husband said, you are so hateful. Will you please eat a piece of white bread? But Church of God Beacon, I did it, honey. We did it. And I mean, then they took our after picture. It took, 10 weeks later, and I did not lose that much weight. It was like 8 or 9 pounds, but my body turned into somebody else's body, honey. And it was pretty cute. And I leaned out and I thought, oh my gosh. And so then they took our after picture, and I made sure I got a spray tan. And I had a really good bra on, and I took that picture. And I'm ashamed to tell y'all, but I won that competition. No, stop. I don't deserve to be applauded. I know y'all are thinking, oh gosh, Leanne, that's wonderful, but what happened? What happened, Leanne? I'll tell you what happened. I did okay for about 3 weeks, and then I spotted a tortilla. I want to talk to y'all about, because I am 51 and going through hormonal changes. Okay, I am with their daddy, and these children all walked off and left me with him. And he's so not fun. And he can't help it. He's that way because he has to make a living for all of us. And he's got a lot on us, and all the money's going out the window. And, because we got 2 in college, we just had 1 get married. But he and I are having to adjust being together for the first time in how many years, before we got married. And so he sends me emoji, kissy faces, and stuff like that. But I am low on progesterone and testosterone. He's low on testosterone, praise God. I've got too much estrogen, which evidently makes you hateful and bitter and angry. And so I sweat all night, just like I've done jazzercise in the bed all night. And I wake up, I've got sweat right here in the back of my head. My head just looks like fuzz in the back. And my husband, okay, so I put it on 67, and he says, I can see my breath, and that's a lie. But he's having to wear pajamas for the first time in our marriage, and we've got 2 Beagle hounds that we're in love with because his children are gone. And so we've got a big one, and he takes the big Beagle and spoons the big Beagle at night. And I've got the little Beagle, the little pocket Beagle that we rescued, and she's got a nervous tick and eats our furniture and our fabric like a goat. But anyway, they sleep in the bed with us, and the bed is so nasty. Okay, so the little Beagle, so he's spooning the big one. The little Beagle backs her little butthole up to my head. And sleeps up against me all night. I love her. And in the morning, I can hear my husband when he gets up, he's kissing that big Beagle. And we were going to learn the cha-cha, to Earth, Wind, and Fire, and I was going to kill it. Well, one night, he kind of flung me hard, and I thought, oh, something popped. And something doesn't feel right. The next morning, I woke up, and there was this big bulging thing about right here. And I called my girlfriend in Greenville, Tennessee, and I said, I think I've got backed up poop. And she said, because I have trouble with that. But she said, I don't think poop goes up that far. And so she looked on her iPad on WebMD, and she sent me this picture of this man looked like an alien coming out of him. She said, is that it? And I go, that's it. She goes, you've got a hernia. So I went to my doctor, and they said, we can't push this thing back in. And so the thing was in 5 days with the Children's Hospital, and I didn't want to let them down. And I thought, Lord, what are we going to do? And my girls stepped in and learned a dance in 4 days. Bless their hearts, and they were practically nude. And they had to wear all that too. And I came out in a wheelchair to Proud Mary Keep On Turning. Thank you. And it all turned out good. The girls did that dance. You've seen that video from a long time, from the 60s with Tina Turner, and they were doing that dance. You know, it looked like car wash, something going through. Y'all seen that? And you know that Ike probably whipped her in a cocaine rage before she hit that video. So I thought, if she can do it, I can do it. But you know, let me tell you, it ended up a wonderful thing. We raised a lot of money, and it was a blessing. And this blessing came out of it. Let me tell you, my husband found out about the cuddling program, and he is a baby cuddler. He cuddles drug-dependent babies every Wednesday night in Children's Hospital. Thank you. Thank you. That is so sweet. He didn't help me with mine, but that is so It's because he was out making a living. But anyway, what I learned out of that whole hernia thing was that God forbid that I got sick with something bad. Because I truly believe that my husband and my children would let me die. That's what I learned out of that. I laid up in the bed for 3 days and nobody checked on me. I remember hobbling over to my immediate family. You're now my extended family. He said, Mom, that's biblical. I thought, why did I show him the Bible? Let me tell y'all about him. He's an old soul. Have you ever met anybody that was an old soul? He was born an 80-year-old man. He has had a garden since he was in 6th grade. He plays the mountain dulcimer and the banjo. He woodworks. He makes spoons. He makes spoons. I mean, he is so yummy. All right, his favorite music is gospel bluegrass. His favorite, okay. Ding-a-ding-a-ding. All right. His favorite artist was Dr. Ralph Stanley. Dr. Ralph, look at you. Look at you. Knowing who Dr. Ralph Stanley is. Okay, for those of you who don't, he was on the Oh Brother Where Art Thou. That is probably the most famous thing he did. But he was the godfather of Mountain Soul. He ended up dying at like 92. And had a little cowboy hat propped on his head. Yummy. Okay, he would come through Knoxville, and I would take my son to see Dr. Ralph when my son couldn't drive. They propped little Dr. Ralph up on stage because he was so old. I almost threw my panties at him because that's what you do to Tom Jones. And I love him. But anyway, I'm standing there listening to Dr. Ralph Stanley singing gospel bluegrass, and I think to myself, how many teenage boys are listening to this? What are teenage boys listening to? Rihanna, Waka Flocka Flame, some of that nasty goings on. I thought, wouldn't it be funny if I had to yell at my boy, turn that gospel bluegrass down. You're out of control. If I hear I saw the light one more time. All right. Here's another example of meanness. My middle one is in a sorority at the University of Tennessee, and a lot of those little girls will come home that can't go home on the weekends. They'll come to our house, and I can cook for them. I enjoy it. I really do. And they can wash their clothes. Well, one little girl came, and I washed that little thing's clothes because she stayed 2 days. And all I said to her was, Katie, you're so tiny. Your little underwear looks like a slingshot. That little girl thought it was funny, and my baby looked at me and went, so I got out of there. And then when that little girl left, I came back in. I said, what's wrong with me saying that her little panties look like a slingshot? I wish somebody'd say my panties look like a slingshot. You boys in the front row, y'all want to know what my panties look like? Did y'all ever watch Braveheart and Mel Gibson? You remember that big old catapult when they'd pull that big thing back, put a ball in it, fling it, and kill a bunch of women and children with it? That's what my panties look like. Thank you. Thank you. Oh. Thank you for clapping for my panties. I used to wear Victoria's Secret when I was their age because I still had hope. But y'all know what? I quit wearing them. You know why? Because y'all know who owns Victoria's Secret? Satan. And I don't wear my panties for evil. So that was cutting me in two. They just got to be too little. So I bought Somas. Anybody here giving up like I have? Anybody here wearing Somas? No? Let me tell you about Somas. They're the best thing that's ever happened. Okay, because they've got a whole line of nightgowns and underwear and all this stuff that's called Cool Nights. Because it pulls moisture away from you in the night. Yay. To keep you from having a stroke. Because you're going through the change and you're sweating. Dr. Oz, are y'all with me? So, it has a dry fit technology in it. So you boys could play golf in them. I'm not kidding. They're not pretty, but anyway, that's what I wear. Let me tell you a little bit about my husband. My husband is very smart and very quiet and an introvert and does very well and then married me. And we've been exactly the opposite, but it has worked. He's a big man. He's 6'4". He can kick a door in, and I like that. He works like a dog, and he loves a baby. Let me tell y'all that he is a baby cuddler at East Tennessee Children's Hospital. He cuddles the drug-dependent babies every week of the world as a volunteer. I know, sweet. He didn't help me with mine. Because he was out making a living and paying for all this. We've got 2 still in college, and I wanted a 4th baby so bad when my baby child went to kindergarten. I nearly grieved myself to death. I thought, Lord, what am I going to do with all this time on my hands? I hope I don't get hooked on whiskey and start honky-tonking. And about 3 weeks into her going to kindergarten, I was like, woohoo! Woohoo! Now I can go get a pap smear without somebody sitting on my head. But my husband, when I dropped her off, he said, meet me at the IHOP. Because he knows that pancakes get me through a hard time. And I was crying, and I said, I want another baby. And he said, why don't you get a job? Yeah, right. So I said, I want a fourth baby. And he said, y'all are sucking the financial life out of me. So he bought me a dachshund. I had that dachshund for years. She's gone now. But let me tell you, she and I both got thyroid issues. She had cushions. I was walking her in our neighborhood one day, and a little girl came out in her driveway, and she said, can I pet your groundhog? Oh, y'all. So about my husband. All right, so my husband is a big man and is 6'4". I'm 5'8". We breed big kids. And we wanted them to be in sports and when they were growing up, and so we made them do all kinds of mess they didn't want to do. And we put our boy, when he was little bitty, we put him in T-ball. He hated it. I don't know if any of y'all have had a baby play T-ball, but for those of you who don't know, T-ball season, it's about 110 degrees outside. It's little children that are 4 look like they've got a diaper on under their baseball pants or a pull-up. The games last about 3 hours. Nobody ever hits the ball, throws the ball, catches the ball, makes contact with the ball. My baby laid in a fetal position in the outfield the entire season. He never touched a ball. Every once in a while, he'd pop his little head up and say, water. One game, it was so hot, and I told the middle one to go out and take her brother a water bottle. She was about 2.5, and she went walking out there with a tutu and a crown and a wand and her pink prostitute shoes from Walmart. She walked about halfway, stopped, got a glazed look over her eyes, pulled her little panties to the side, and pooped in the T-ball field. She really did. So I had to run out there and get a stick and flick it into the woods because I didn't want another child to step in it or think it was a milk dud. He would not play sports for several years because of that trauma. And then ended up playing football and cross country and a bunch of stuff, and still he likes to mountain bike and hike and do scary things, but he likes to come, out west to do it. And he's a fly fisherman. Can y'all tell I'm in love with him? Okay. All right, about the sports. I played sports. I wanted them to play sports too. I know y'all are thinking, you sissy thing, you did not. But I played basketball. Thank you. I need that. It was the early 80s when I played, and I had really big hair. I used to hot roll my hair to play ball. We all did. Okay. So, and I am from such a little bitty farming community, and it's 500 people in Middle Tennessee, and we didn't know what waterproof mascara was. So by the end of my games, I looked like, say if Tammy Wynette and Alice Cooper had a child together. I was a forward. Sometimes I had to be the center if Mary Dallin had to take her baby to the health department. My husband is very smart, does very well. We are sucking the life out of him. He is a nice-looking man, but he has a receding hairline, and he hates it. I think it's handsome, but he hates it. So I said, why don't I take you to my hairdresser, and we'll get her to buzz you one of those haircuts real close to your head, like Justin Timberlake. You know what I mean? Like real close to the... Well, we did it. and we didn't know his head was pointed. And he said, I look like somebody, and I can't quite think of who it is. And I said, is it Bull on Night Court? He said, no, that's not who I was thinking about. About 3 days later, he said, I know who it is. It's that lazy starfish Patrick on SpongeBob SquarePants. I got to get a thing of water, honey. I'm spitting cotton. Oh, y'all. I'm so much more, way more than I have. And since I had a baby in the hospital, I probably weigh about the same that I had a baby in the hospital. And back then, I remember thinking, oh my gosh, what in the world's happened to me? And I had my class reunion right after I had my first baby, and I wore a big jumper, and I was nursing. And I remember, like, drinking a Diet Coke, and my breast milk shot out the front of my dress. And then one of my friends from high school said, when are you going to have your baby? And I was like, I've had my baby. But anyway, I feel fat, and it's my hormones. I have no testosterone. I went to the doctor. I had no testosterone, no progesterone. I have way too much estrogen, which evidently makes you bitter and angry and hateful. That's what my family says. I think they're bitter and hateful and angry. But it has messed up my weight and all that. Well, that, and I've been eating white flour. But I have been on every diet in the world. I've done everything. I've done Whole30. I've done South Beach. I have done Weight Watchers. All right, I pray.
Bro, I hate y'all so much, man. You guys aren't fun. You think you're cool and you're in with the group and you do one little thing, you're like, well, let's see if he laughs first. Fuck you guys, man. Like, Chad isn't my boy. God damn, man. Oh, if I had just the littlest bit of melanin, I would never fucking talk to y'all. Chad, you've been such a good sport. You were such a good audience member, man. You're cool, you got a good energy, you got a good family with you. You laugh well. You got cuddly energy. Is he a big teddy bear? Teddy bear. Chatty bear! Aww. That's a bear. Gross. Just because I know y'all been laying there naked and sweaty, man, my little chatty bear, and he's like, my boy in a wheelchair over here? What's up, man? Who are you here with? With cousin. You here with your cousin? What up, cousin? What's your name? Jake. Jake, good to meet you, dog. Jake and? Logan. Logan. Sounded like it. Shut up. Everybody shut up already. I can already tell how y'all gonna feel about this, and I'm not gonna stand for it. Neither will he. Shut up! He's at a comedy show. He know what he came for, all right? That's not true. He could totally be here against his will. We don't know. It could have been just Jake that wanted to come to the show. He was like, oh, but parking's going to be a disaster. Logan! Hey, hold on a second. Are you in a wheelchair too? What the fuck? This never happened. What's your name, love? Bethany. Lovely to meet you, Bethany. And you have the, yeah, you're just manual as well. You got your brace. Oh my God, nothing will make you happier. Man, my money's on Logan, to be honest. That boy built for speed, not comfort. Bethany, what don't mind me asking, what is your condition? Just severe arthritis? Logan, this bitch, dude. Are you fucking kidding me? You hips hurt a little bit? I know, Logan, what a bitch, right? I don't even have that much of a problem with it. He is severely upset with you. You should fuck him. That's your boyfriend? What's he gonna do, beat him up? Yeah, that's what I thought. Cash in, Logan. I got you, dog. Your boyfriend gonna fucking sit in the corner and watch Logan get an oil change right in front of him. Well, thank you for being the first black dude I've seen in 5 shows in Denver. I appreciate that. Thank you very much, man. Thank you. Tell more next time. What's your name, man? Rasheem? Rasheem, who you here with? Blonde. Did you say blonde? Blonde, what's her name? Katie. Remember that. Kids? You have one. Boy, girl? Girl. Rasheem, you've met this child? Your daughter likes Rasheem? Good. How does her dad feel? It doesn't matter. That's a good answer. Is he white? Oh, I'll tell you how he feels. That's how you win, Rasheem. That's how you win, boy. Let's go. Every month is February in this house. Now, Rasheem, what is the best gift Katie has given you? Don't say head. A carabiner? Just a tiny Mexican? I know it's from rock climbing, bitch. That's the joke. I know that. And if Mexicans could rock climb, that wall wouldn't do anything, so. A carabiner. Do you rock climb? Then why did she give you a carabiner? You a janitor? You have it with you? He's got a gun! No, I'm kidding. I'm so kidding. Joking. Want to be very clear, security. We are fine. I know they're your key. May I see them? God damn, dude.
That's why it's my thing.
What are you, a janitor at Hogwarts? Jesus Christ. AirPods, wallet, hand sanitizer, flashlight?
Yeah.
There you are. This might be my last show. This might be it. Oh, but God was like, how do you like it? Oh, it's still daytime outside? Guys, we cannot be racist with the sun up. Like, there's rules. How old are the kids?
18. They're transgender.
They're trans? You have a trans child? Fuck. Now, boy or girl?
Girl.
Now a girl. Nice. Can I ask her name?
Amy.
Amy. Can I ask the dead name?
Dylan.
Dylan. Amy's better.
Yeah.
That's on you. That's on you a little bit. Where are you from? Wales. Oh. Just be thankful she's not a sheep now. No, I'm sure she's stunning. I'm sure she's a bad bitch. Bro, I can't believe y'all just talk about another country like that. Like, I would start a war. Has she been to a comedy show before? No. Do you think she would enjoy this one? No. No. This is the great thing about live comedy. It's not the internet. You come, you kind of know what you're fucking getting. It's just a joke. Nobody should be taking shit too seriously. Start to loosen up a little bit. Or maybe that's the doctor's job. I don't know. was the line? We're like 8 jokes deep. Stupid. Unbelievable. Ask what?
I was excited at first.
You were explain. Oh, first of all, am I getting heckled by a bitch in a wheelchair right now? Oh. All right. This ain't gonna be no walk in the park. What's your name? Amy. You didn't say she was a transformer. Amy, how long have you been a woman? No, okay, no. How long have you been in the chair? 2021. Fuck. COVID? What is it?
Hypermobility.
Hypermobility? That feels like the opposite of... Hyper is like extensive mobility, wouldn't it be?
I like Rice Krispies, so I snap, crackle, and pop.
Your body's like Rice Krispies. You snap, crackle, and pop. I thought it was more like Cheerios. Oh, that's the line? You guys are weird, man. Who are you here with, Amy? Husband? You're swingers? Have I ever had a threesome? No, but I've had a 2.5-some. I can't believe you like to swing. It's mostly in the legs. No way. You got 2 kids? Nice. Cool. That's more information than I asked for. How old are the kids? 9 and 11. Are they twins? I know technically that doesn't make sense, but it's, we're making it work. We're taking it and running with it, right? Have you ever been to a sex club? No. Never been invited. You guys go to one? Really? They have ramps and shit? Just curious. It's an exclusive club, you know what I mean? I didn't know how inclusive they would be. This is good. This is wonderful. That's fucking awesome. What's the initiation fee? Depends on the club?
Single guys are more, couples are less.
Single guys are more, couples are less. I like that you guys get a discount. Did she get half off? I'm so happy I didn't start this shit. This is good. I'm the victim right now. Do you guys have to wear like masks and stuff? Or like everyone just goes in as is? Oh, that's not as fun. Everybody should fucking dress up. You do sometimes? What do you go as? Professor Xavier? Just date night? No? That's your daughter? I was gonna say good for you, but no, that's still good. It's still good. Family night is also important. Did you bring your dad out here? Dad, did you have any idea who you were coming to see at all? Not at all. You could have lied, but all right, I appreciate the honesty. Okay, fair enough. He said it's Matt Riff. I'll fucking kill you, dude. You know that? What do you do now? You're a special ed teacher? Which specific grade? High school, middle school, elementary? 4 and 5-year-olds? How do you even know if somebody's special needs at 4 or 5? At 4 or 5, they just got everybody's special needs at 4 or 5. You know what I mean? Do you have a favorite student?
Yeah, he has this thing where he's like, when he's mad at you, he goes like this.
When he's mad at you, he goes like this?
Yeah.
No, fuck that. That's the shit that the kid in The Shining used to do. Fuck that, dude. Remember he used to go, what? Yeah, fuck that. You gotta kill that kid. You have to. It's gonna be easier than you think. Oh man, dude. Sometimes, if you guys think the shit I say sometimes is fucked up, imagine what I almost say sometimes. Jesus Christ. I almost said if you wait long enough, one of the other students will probably do it. I know, that's why I didn't say it. Okay. Dad, what the fuck was that? One of your students is here.